Okay, boys and girls, go.
You always change your name.
Okay,
Profit equals income minus expense.
your turn. Riley, go.
Exactly. Those do not want to understand. I see mine. Why would I do that? Combine all the factors, right? An equation relating always gain Mr. Stitch.
Straight one. Well, just see if you're in the equation first. Riley, let's go. Mason, notebook.
Number of customers times I equals P. Can it be all like N times I equals P?
Figure it out.
Well, that's my equation.
All you should be able to do is right now. Oh, thank you, Elliot. Bring in the color run. You know what? There's still people here that have not brought me the color run stuff yet. Don't forget, you must bring it. You need a bag. Look back. All you guys really have to do is figure out what's the income, what's profit, write the or what's income, what's expense, and write the equation. You're not solving anything. No, you're not. You're writing an equation. A calculator is not going to help you write an equation.
Is this right? Oh.
You have to have all these in there.
In one equation?
Yeah. Guys, that picture's there for a reason. You actually have to look at it and look at all those bullet points. You have to have all those in the equation. Nope, I gave it away already.
Do you have to put them something?
Maybe I'll let you guys work on this together and figure it out. This was supposed to be your homework problem, but I did it for problem of the day. So I'll give you 10 minutes to figure this out. I want the correct equation. You're not solving anything, no calculators. My hint, I already gave you my only hint. I know what the income is, if I know what the expenses are, write the equation. P will equal something. P is profit. So P equals a bunch of things. Very good at pencil. This loves colors. Yelling at me. You're gonna need a pencil before she comes. That's all I'll say. How you get a pencil is not up to me. Where's the 240 come from? Not quite.
This equation?
Do you use all those numbers?
You will, but make sure you read them again because some are like per person and some aren't. So you need to, your equation should reflect that. It's hard. Yeah. Give you a hint, this equation should look like the one you saw yesterday in your problems you were working on, like letter D from yesterday.
Letter D.
It should look like, the answer should look like D from yesterday. The equation in D. You're not just gonna, first of all, I don't see 350 per person in your equation. It says 350. I don't see anything about per person. So that's not right. You gotta have per person. No, your second part is not correct. Got it. Shh, Bailey, you have it done? I should not hear any talking unless you have it done. Otherwise, you should be looking maybe at letter D from yesterday in the book and trying to figure out how to write this so it looks like that one.
Wait, what page was you on yesterday?
75.
Oh.
Bless you.
Bless you, Ava.
You're the closest one. But you still have like the 700 and the 50. And
But that's not per person.
it's not. You have to write it in the equation so it's not written per person. If anyone's able to get it, I'll give them 3 pieces of candy.
What? These are all lentils. Except for
guess. Instead of putting it in a parentheses. I wrote on it. But it's still true. Better. You got 3 more minutes. There's no division in this problem. Well, there's no division in this problem. There's no division. Remember, we're kind of getting away from using the dot now. Now we're just putting nothing. That's not your income. That's not your income. No, look up there again.
That's my expense.
Yeah, why'd you put it where income goes? You said all this was your income. That's not your income.
No, there's not this.
Well, what's that? Times times? No. I should see per person in your equation. I don't see anything about per person. No. Olivia and Alex, are you done with this? Then quit the chit chat. Let's go. Test it out. So this one up here. Just put a number in to see what you got. That is correct. This is how I wrote mine, but they both still work. I put it in Not quite. You're getting there though.
I want you to try to do that here.
Not quite. Yeah, we've already got 10 minutes already.
Oh, so if we have nothing, then there's.
Yeah, this is the problem of the date. So we've been here for 15 minutes.
Oh, I thought this was part of the lesson.
Nope.
Oh, I see problem daddies.
Yeah. They've been 15 minutes.
Okay, I think mine is wrong.
Okay, let me see.
All right, here we go.
Yes, it is.
Some of you got it right. Some of you got close. You had all the things in there. You just didn't have it quite organized quite right. Okay, like I said, you should be able to solve this by now. If not, you might need to practice writing equations instead of maybe Snapchatting tonight. Might be good. Okay. Question: what is the income? What's the income? I'm going to call on people who have not seen their papers because I know you already figured it out. Okay. Olivia, what's the income? No, 350 what?
350.
It's not 350.
Finish the rest of the sentence. 350.
How do you write that? No, that's only 350. That's not 350 per person. Some of you came to me and said, I don't see per person in your equation at all. How do you write 350 per person?
You've done this.
How do you write 350 per person? Taya? Take a guess. That's a ratio. At least you tried. Elijah.
Where does
No, I already said it's P equals something.
Yeah, what else?
150 per person. How do you write per person? Some of you guys said look back at the equation from yesterday. Seriously.
Huh, what?
That's P.
No,
Not plus P.
it's P equals.
Oh, what? That's it.
Look back to yesterday. You had
Look at all
problems you
our
weren't done with
equations
per
over here.
person.
Do it. You think it all? Yeah, raise your hand or tell them.
Landon. Not
Use a
P.
different letter though.
It has to be a different letter, and I tell you what it is.
Oh! Yeah, it's
N.
Yeah.
You must have 350 N in your equation.
Write down all of you that do not have
And
it.
in fact, it must start with that because remember, it's income minus expense. That's our income.
To be writing where you're in one. This is ridiculous. Get writing what's on the
Okay? Now, what are we going to do with that income? We're going to do what, Emily? Minus all the expenses. Where's our expenses? Ashton. The big list, right? This whole list is all the expenses. So I would recommend going through these one by one. So first of all, I want someone to tell me how you write through $30 per person. And I should see everyone's hands up right now. Otherwise I'm going to start getting a little upset. How do you write $30 per person? Richard? 30N. So right now that is just a 30N. Okay, next one says 125 per person. How do you rate that, Abby Perry? $125 per person. 120. So this one's 125N. Next one says 700 for van rental. How do you rate that? How do you rate 700 for van rental? Raven? What's E for? Did I tell you any E's in here? Then you can't use it.
Is it per person?
Is it $700 per person? So how,
Plus what?
not P.
Guys, not everything always has letters.
Elliot? You can't put another letter in there. E is not one of the letters. All you have is P and N.
700 for van rental.
Landon?
Think about it.
Just 700.
Nice one, Landon. It's not per person, it's just you have to pay that thing.
Huh?
Getting around it.
Next one is $50 plus $10 per person. How do you rate that?
Come on, guys, raise your hands. We've done this.
Actually, yeah, this is the one that we did.
Yeah,
In
like
class.
3 days ago.
Mason, what's $50 plus $10 per person? How do you rate that? Okay, close, not quite. We can't combine the two, they're different things. One is just 50 and one is $10 per person. You can't combine those, they're different. Okay, so you can't combine the 10 and the 50. I'll let you know that right now. Okay? What do you got, Elliot? Very good. I'm gonna write this one on this side so I got room.
I said we did it.
Okay? And the last one says $25 per person for buses. How do you write $25 per person again, Mr. Elijah? 25N. Okay? Now,
That's what you guys should always do on every single time you have all these different. You write on your paper. Okay. You can write on your paper.
That's what we have.
so Ashton, you said all those that we just did are all the what again? We just did all the what? All we did was
Expenses.
all the expenses. Very good. So how am I going to put those into the equation though? Add them up?
Subtract them all, right?
Subtract them all from what?
Like 350N.
Okay, good. I have to subtract them all from 350N.
Negative.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna need more room. And so let me extend the page here real quick. So we had, so we can see the first one. P equals 350N, and we're gonna minus what? What are we gonna minus? Who can tell me the whole
Why does he
thought?
have a parentheses there? Why does he have a
Well,
parentheses?
you don't need a parentheses, but he has it so then you add up all those and then subtract that from 350.
Some people did it without parentheses in
Because
it.
he added it all up. Or you have to come off.
I'll show you. Okay, so what are we gonna put inside this big parentheses now if that's the way I'm gonna do it? And
30.
makes no sense. What am I gonna do, Tam? 30 what? Okay, keep going. What operation am I doing between these though? If you don't tell me anything, I'm gonna be multiplying them all. Addition, thank you. So 30n plus.
You should be writing this down, folks.
700 plus 50 plus 10n, and I'm gonna have to squeeze the last one down here, plus, got a little small.
But if they don't have parentheses,
All right.
I'll say,
No, it still works actually. Yeah, well, hold on, Billy. I'll rewrite it this one so it's with all the letters together, then I'll show you your way. Okay, so one of the parts, if you read at the beginning, said combine all the things that are the same. In that big parentheses there, there's two things that are the same. There's two different things going on there. What, and what did you say? N's, and then ones that don't have N's. So I would combine all the N's. So how would you combine all the N's together in that parentheses? What would you have to do? When I say the word combine, what should you be thinking? Addition. So add up all those N's inside the parentheses. Because those are all the same. They're all an expense per person. So you got 30, 125, 10, and 25. How much is that total? Some of you are staring at the screen with blank looks on your faces right now. Like you're not even trying to add them up right now. 30, 125, 10n, and 25n. We're just adding all the n's together.
Add that up.
We're adding all the n's together. And you should get a grand total of what for the n's there? Maddie? That's what I got. Okay, good. So 190n. So again, the rest of it stays the same, 350. That's the worst 5 I think I've ever made in my life. Erase that. Minus, we said 190n. And Aiden, you also said what, when we combine all the n's, we should combine what? The ones that don't have n's. So you already kind of added them together. What is 750? 750? Am I going to add this or subtract it, Aiden?
In the parentheses,
Add it. Very good.
Haley and
Okay. That's your equation you should have had. Now, some people also had this equation underneath it. Oops, there wasn't supposed to be an N there. Some people also had that one. So, either one of those would have been fine. And actually, if you had this one, you could actually have gone one step further with it. Because what could you have done now, those of you who actually had this one? What do you think you could have done? Bella, you didn't have the equation. What do you think they could have done? What do you guys think?
Some of you guys look at it.
I'm saying you could do one more step with that bottom equation there.
350 minus.
And all you that brought it to me actually didn't do it, but you could do it. Think of what we did up here. What Aiden told us to do.
What should you do? One more step.
We could make it simpler. It's called simplifying. Make the equation simpler to use. Easier. Josie, what do you think? Yeah, because they're both what? They're both per person. They both have an N in it. So 350 minus 190 is calculate, please.
Hello, guys.
Emily? 160. I heard Levi say that too. So your equation, if we were to simplify this again, would be P equals what? It's not just 160. 160 n minus 750. That would be the simplest version you could make. You couldn't make it any simpler because now you have the two different things per person and just the raw cost. That's as simple as you can get. Okay? I didn't expect you to really get these steps, but I expected you to have that first equation. If you did not have that, I'd be a little worried for the test on Wednesday next week. So some of you might want to really start practicing. Okay? Today, here's what you have. Real simple. You have four questions, and I should give you 2 more, so you have 6 technically. Okay? All it is this. They're giving you a tower, and I'll put it up on the board so you can see what the tower looks like real quick. And you're going to have to make a table, 2 tables actually, and of course it would kick me out because it hates me. It's going to talk about 2 different things on a tower. The squares and cubes. Okay? So back to 3D shapes. You're going to have to know the difference. Kalina, what's a cube? What's a cube?
Yeah, it's a what? Say it louder. It's a square.
Partially there. What's? It's not really a square because a square is 2-dimensional. A 3-dimensional square, it's a box, right? So here's what one of your questions are. The first thing says it gives you a table and it says what numbers would go in the second row on this table. So it tells you if there's 1 square, how many pieces of metal do they need? Okay. So notice here's the squares, right? Right? Each one of these black lines you have to think of it as like a piece of metal. That's their frame. Okay? So if you have 1 square, how many pieces of metal will it take to make that 1 square?
You gotta look on the board.
If you're saying 1, I don't know what in the world you're looking at. Okay? How many pieces of metal? Remember I said the black lines are the metal. Will it take to make 1 square? Jacob. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Those 4. Okay? They actually gave you that one. Okay? What if there was 2 squares high? If you're getting 8, recount again right now. You're getting lazy trying to assume there's a pattern. Okay? Ava? Now how'd you get 7 instead of 8? So you're only adding how many? 3, right? You do not count this one again, right? You're just adding those 3 like she said, right? That's the first part. Second part, same kind of thing, except you're dealing with the cubes, okay? It's going to ask you how many pieces of metal do you need, again, black lines, to make 1 cube? That's the first question. So think of a cube again. All the black little lines, edges again. Taya, don't say I can't. That says you don't want to do it. Fix it. Yeah, try it. You gotta picture the cube in your head. Okay, Mason?
12.
There are 12. How many would be on the bottom?
4.
4. Top would be?
4.
That's how many so far?
8.
And how many going around?
4.
4 more. That's 12. Okay? What are these black lines called again? We can put these in our notes actually when we did the 3D shapes. These are all called what? Oh my goodness. We're going to have a vocabulary test at the end of the year.
Look at your notes.
Wow.
Look
That
at
one
your
person?
vocabulary. What are the lines? Mason, actually look things up. Don't sit there. You have no vocabulary. Where have you been writing your vocabulary?
Put it in our notes. Start with an E.
Edge.
Edges. Thank you, Taya. Each one of those black lines are an edge. Okay? So, you have to complete those two tables, then underneath those you're gonna have to write the equation. So you're gonna have to look at the table and figure out what equation am I gonna have to do for that table. Okay? And then this is where I added two problems. On the back side, I gave you two graphs. You must graph table 1 and then table 2. Okay? And I just put graphs that go up to 20. I don't know if those go high enough. You might have to cross some of the numbers off and make it go higher, depending on what your table goes up to. I wasn't quite sure. Okay? Thea, fix it now. I don't like bad attitudes. Okay? So, you have, I'll give you 20 minutes to work on it, 25 minutes. 3, 2, 1, some of you might have to draw these shapes out, some of you will just know the pattern right away. Prove to me if it's right. Prove it to me. Can you prove it to me that it's right? I don't know. If there's a tower, start coming.
Well, look, it tells you. Look at it.
The first two. If you look at these numbers here. Some of you might really want to look at the numbers in the table, not just do a pattern. I'll tell you that right now. Look at the numbers in your table, Raven. How are you going 16 to 19 when that goes from 5 to 10? Did you look at the numbers in the table?
I did.
No. Look at the numbers in the table.
Okay, oh, stop, you're telling me from 5 to 10, I only go level 3? You did not look. So you did that, no, you didn't.
Remember, it might not double, because 4 is not double 2. So it doesn't double. Doesn't double.
Doesn't double.
Because 4 is not double 2.
It's 4 16.
Okay, I don't see that even makes sense. 5, 8. So if I
Talking about these cross braces. Yeah, because you like you did 3 and B. The outside plus those 2 and the middle.
Oh, yeah. You're wrong. Or I don't need to know that.
Yeah. Double 31. Very good. You're in the equation for that.
Okay.
How pieces? Everyone has how many numbers?
Yes, because you have the numbers.
Wait. And pieces. Now, what are you doing?
Every piece is equal.
3, right? This
You're finding the pieces.
How many pieces?
Oh, it might not be a simple multiplication. It might have more than one operation.
How many slots?
Try it. That's why your equation's not going to be a simple multiplication problem.
Right?
Okay?
Same,
Let's say there are 3 squares. Let's say there are 3 squares. So I'm gonna put 3 in for head. 3 equals cross numbers off this. That'd be fine. So your equation is not gonna work. You can't equal that.
Oh, my words.
Pieces equal that.
What did I say? This works. I tested it on one of them.
Yes, but we talked how you write that.
Oh, yeah.
That second one is hold up, hold on. Yeah, we didn't learn anything.
That's incorrect. You're telling me 5 minus a 16 more levels, and you have no additional rockets.
So you at least count the lines.
So remember,
You're always trying to-
I'm just making each time. This is what we got. So when they all the we're counting, I'm gonna build the same amount. And I'm gonna do what do you need to do? And yes, that is my question. This is how you get it. Otherwise, mine is now we have this. At least number 11. How do you take
Okay, let's try 2. Let's do 4 as 3 times 3 is. Equals 4. You're very close. Part of your equation is one part is right, one part is wrong. I'm not going to tell you as you figure that out. One is right, one is wrong. You're very close. You're very close. Now let's test it out. Remember I said always test it out. Let's try 2. We'll get 2 is for head. 3 times 2 is. Okay, so that's 6 right now. And then we have 2 here. 2 times 1 is 2. 6 plus 2 is. The other one's 7. You didn't get
Oh, I know.
Now you gotta make it. Now test it. Test it with 2, test it with 3, see if it works. Test it. Well, you're not gonna be able to write the equation until you have at least a couple more things in there. Pretty sure these are the test it. She put 2 in. 2 times 3 is plus 4. So, same with this one. If we put 2 in, 2 times 8 is 16. 16 plus 12 is 28. So I'll tell you right now, you did the same thing that Kylie did. One of your parts is right, one of your parts is wrong. So one of these are right and one is wrong. For both of them. You're halfway there. You are correct, Brandon. Nice job. Show me where that letter is. What do you got?
You get 20, so my first one is how many this is not small enough. So you have 10 between here.
Now you gotta do the same thing. Yeah. I taught you, you have to write this a certain way. Listen, wake up.
So now let's figure this one out.
You got rid of the parts that were right. You got rid of the wrong parts. Oh,
Yeah, I have an idea.
6 plus 3 is 7.
let's do this. Plus 4.
So I have.
Here, grab the back side. I gotta post that one.
How do I get this one? Here's your blood bag. Oh, it's so
What? That's what he got.
Okay, that one's good.
I don't want to
Right.
be
That's this one.
how was
Even more. Nice job. Okay. Close. Right. First of all, from here to here, right? Okay. When you go outside, you had 8 to that. Second of all, same thing in the other way. You have these two parts, right? 1, 3, and 12. One of those parts are right, one is wrong. Okay, so you're halfway there. You get half of it. Hey, good job. Yeah. Now technically it should be 3x plus that number. Technically, remember the numbers, the letter comes first, but nice job. There you go. There is homework. That's so close. Then why do you ask me if it's ready if you haven't tested it? Well, test it first. Test it. Here it doesn't matter. No, I want to do one. Check it. So you got 16 when you get 2, it should be 20. The 2 times 14 equals to 16. So 1 should be 20, not 16. Eight times 2 is 8. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 16. That's equal 20. All you got the parts are right, you just gotta change something.
probably got the box. The ones that are
Sorry.
Okay.
That's,
Josie, what's 20?
that's it. That's it.
You just take one away. You're just trying to take one away. We have a whole three-dimensional shape. You can't just take this one out.
Really fun something.
Here, you saw that. Use that same type.
So it's blank and plus
If it works, then they have to work.
blank and plus here. So let's try all the.
Emily, what's that?
You having oh yeah, this.
You said we have an equation such as this. This number in front of your variable is called what? Right, the example was 20. It says 20 volts. Put it in your notes.
Oh, between 8 and 10.
Boys, come on, it has another name that will come in more handy right now. Rate of change. What's your rate of change by? So it's changing by 3. How do you rate that? Equal what? How do you rate a change of 3?
8.5.
It'll have to look something like this. It always does.
No, it can't. Is it? Can you just tell us what it is?
No.
You have to use it. If and this one is
No. Yeah, that's so far. That's that. See, so in the end, you need to do 7. What do you do? Try it with 3 now. 3. So start with the rate of change, and then you figure out the add or subtract. Figure out how many you have to add everything. Rather, what's your equation? You never showed me. What's your equation? Not here. Test that out. Are you doing 20 and 130 and then 29?
So we start with 0.
Hey, you see that this way? Let's write that equation. If you remember, most of our equations start something like this, right? Like a number and then a letter. This is 20. Then we're at 20. the first one, give you hints as far as how you can find the equation. And then those of you who did not get the second one, that's going to be part of your homework as well today. It's writing the second equation. I'm going to help you on the first one. Okay, so if you aren't sure how to write these equations, write down these steps to help you figure it out. Okay, first of all, we kind of need to know the table though, right? So this is A. What's the value for 2 then below it? Elijah? 7, and the next one is 10, and the next one is, and the next one is, okay, stop there. Okay. Anyone know why I stopped there? I stopped there for a reason. Jacob, why did I stop there? Because it jumps up to 10 and then jumps up to 20. Okay. So I would fill these 2 in after I wrote the equation. Okay, because then I can just plug the number into the equation. So here's the thing. It tells you you have P and you have what? What's your other variable?
N.
P and N. You must have those in your equation. Okay? Question. Is your equation going to equal N or is it going to equal P? Kylie? P. It must equal P. So we know that. Okay, set. Okay, so we know it has to equal P. Now, here's my big hint that I told a couple people out here. And I put it in this example on my paper to show them. I said this is kind of like your standard equation, right? You might have different letters, but usually it's like a letter equals a number times another letter, right? What is this 20 called here? It has names. It has 2 names. We put in our notes. One name is going to help us more right now than the other one. What's one of the names? Rate of change, or how much it's changing every time. So my question to you is this, Logan. How much is that table changing every time? What is your rate of change for that table? For your table. What's the rate of change? That's the first step. Find the rate of change. What is the rate of change? How much is it going up by every time? Bless you. Okay, so how do we write a rate of change of 3? 3 what? So it'll be 3 what? Okay, what's our other letter we're supposed to use? What? N. Okay, that's all we know so far, right? This here is telling you the rate of change. So whenever you have a table, and you look at it and you go, oh, this table's going up by 3, or this table's going up by 4. That rate of change should be in your equation right there. Start with the rate of change every time. Okay. Now, this is what I personally do if I wasn't really sure on this. I would test this so far and see what I get. Okay. So let's say I test this equation that we have so far for the value of 2. We plug 2 in for N, and what do we get? Can someone tell me? Alex Perry, if we plug 2 in for N, what do we get? Please don't say 32. If we substitute 2 in for this N, what do we get? 6. So right now we have 2 equals 6, and I would test it one more time. If we plug 3 in there, what do we get? Elijah? 9. What should those have been? We got 6 and 9. What should they have been? Olivia? 7 and 10. So what would I have to do with these to get 7 and to get 10? What? Add 1. So what should I put behind this 3n, do you think? Plus 1. There's your equation. Now again, I'd probably test this out to make sure. Maybe test out with 4. 3 times 4 is plus 1. Is that what we wanted? Very good. So now you know your equation works. So my hint to you is start with the rate of change. Write that rate of change down. Then from there, figure out if you have to add or sometimes you have to subtract something. Okay? That's my hint to you. You have a couple minutes now. If you did not get the second one, work on that second equation. If you are done with it, you can work on the homework. But I gotta see that second equation. start with the rate of change and see the add or subtract. Very good. Very good. It should equal something, all right? It should equal something. Did that make sense when we went over that one? Okay, good. Very good. What's it say? Plus what at the end? One plus what? Okay, test it out. See if it works. So you know 20 was correct. Okay, what you got? Well, what's your rate of change? How come you have 4? How come your equation says a rate of change of 4? Remember, start with that rate of change. That would be a correct equation if those are the right numbers on the table. But they're not. So, I'll say right now the next number should be 20 because you have 12 on the bottom, right? And then we have the next square. You got 4 going around and the 4 on the top. So you're at 8. Does that make sense? This should not be 23.
In this, are we in our board today? Are we working on?
Richard, look at this. How much is this going up by every time? What's your rate of change? This is not what we have on that board. That does not match what we have up there. We just did that one together. Talk about it. You said that again. What's your rate of change? How much is your table going up every time? Look at your table. Very good. Did that make sense when we went over this one? Always find the rate of change first, and then see if it's add or subtract either. So how do you down
So lots of higher numbers, so 3 times.
That's not the same. All right, we're going to go to class early. How much is yours going up by every time?
N equals 4, so substitute N for 4.
Well, then you're probably not going to fix it. I mean, this went up by 7 or 10, which is what it looks like it is.
N equals 4.
You're not going to be adding
I want
25.
you to replace the N with.
The start doesn't matter.
So should I
On
say?
today's problem, we started at 4, but we didn't have 4.
Oh.
No, you're going to have something.
What does it mean when I have a number next to each other?
If you put 1 in for W, 7 times 1 is,
What operation?
well, you have to get to 25. So you're going to have something.
What operation is it when we have a number and a letter?
How do you get from 7
What
to
math am I
25?
going to do? Multiply. How do I show this? Can I just put a 4 right like that? What did we do all yesterday?
You're going to be less than
Where's your
20.
work from yesterday? How did you write the
13
problems
gives you
yesterday?
20.
Look at how you did your problems.
So at 5
When
more.
you substituted a number, what did you think? Now, what does that mean?
What it starts with,
Which which is,
It does not matter what it starts at. That has nothing to do with what you're adding.
use your calculator.
So
Okay,
start with that rate of
32
change, test it out, and you have to see if you can add.
underneath. Up, you need your reciprocal plus what? What is our equation? Plus
Do you need
what?
this anymore?
Get your 4 there.
As long as
So
I solve both
32
your equations.
plus,
You did.
okay. Below, what does that equal? Ooh, so does that mean we're doing our equation right? Okay, I want you to do this one right now. So write your formula out. P equals 8m plus 4. And I want you to substitute the n for the n. Yeah. Okay, now below it, you're gonna try to figure this one out. So how are you gonna rewrite this to get this n 10 in there? Yeah, write it, yes. Ah, what did you just tell me you were gonna do? There you go. What do I put in there? Yes. Yeah. Solve that. What is that? What's 8 times 10? Plus
Taylor,
four.
it doesn't look like he has the observations.
I know,
P equals.
so I checked it too. But I
Just to make sure, right?
Yeah,
You guys
I
crack
checked
it.
it out, I sent to my.
You guys-
Right, I tried to add
Equals. Okay.
they.
Okay, and you're gonna do this one at home. So it's gonna look just